Marriage is the most selfless thing. As a matter of fact, when we use the word love, love in Hebrew is called ahava. And ahava means to have, to give, to share. The whole notion of true love, absolute love in its truest form and its most perfect form, is to share with others, is to give to others. When someone thinks about a child, take the metaphor of a child, and you say, I love my child so much. Does someone love the child because maybe the child is helpful at home? No. Does someone love a child because what they get? No. The true love of a child is what you are able to impart and what you're able to give to your child. And that is only symbolic relative to the deep love. And it's a different love that that a husband and a wife feel for each other. They're there to give to one another. By default, the more you give, the more in return you get. But ultimately, love is all about giving to the other person. I'm always reminded of the beautiful analogy of the fishmonger that went and he caught this incredible and beautiful fish. And he comes to the market and says, who wants to buy this magical, beautiful fish? It's one of those great tunas, incredible perfection. The color, it's just the aroma of it already smells incredible. And all the fishmongers say, oh, no. This is too of a good quality fish. You must take it to the king because the king loves fish. And when the fish hears that he's being sold to the king who loves fish, he thinks, I've got hope of survival because the king loves fish. And as we all know the story, what happens is the fish is taken to the king and it's holding his breath. And as he's taken in, the guards say, oh my gosh, look at this beauty of a fish. The kings are going to love this fish. And the fish is holding on. And then the chefs, as they're looking at this fish, say, oh, we are going to make it delicacy. The king loves fish. And the poor fish is cut up, it's thrown into boiling hot water, it is grilled on the fire. And when it's finally served to the king says, oh my, do I love fish. And with the last breath, the fish looks at the king and says, you don't love fish, you love yourself. If we truly loved fish, we would keep it in the water, keep it fresh, keep it vibrant. Love is about making sure the other person is fresh, is vibrant. We're bringing out the best in them, and then we get the best. Love is a word today that's been hijacked by Hollywood equally. So when you talk about the word, do you have love in your marriage? Is love sufficient? If you were just to say, all I need is love, the answer is no. In the Jewish beautiful Torah, we have something called the Torah portion of Yitro, and we have the Torah portion of Mishpatim. Yisro is the marriage between God and the Jewish people. And we're told how Vayerid Havayel Hasina, how God came down the mountain to the Jewish people. Vayal Moshe, and Moshe Rabbeinu, representing the Jewish people, went up to God. There was a union between heaven and earth. There was a union between God and the Jewish people. That was a love moment. It was an incredible moment. We stood together at Mount Sinai and we said, we will do. We said, we love you, and God embraced us. He said he loves us. It was the most magical, utopian moment in our relationship. But you know what the next Torah portion is? Mishpatim. You know what Mishpatim is? All details of laws of what we need to do. It would be akin to, on the honeymoon, talking about details of taking out the garbage. It'll be akin on a honeymoon talking about the details about who's going to be responsible for cleaning, who's going to be responsible for the bills, who's going to be responsible for all the nitty-gritty details of day-to-day life. And the answer is love needs to manifest itself in how you interact on a daily basis. Love is not just, I love you, and then I'm not going to be there for you. Love is not sufficient to just say, we're good, we've got this. Love needs to translate into every single morning when I look you in the eye. There's an incredible moment over there. We make each other breakfast. You maybe help. You do things that the other doesn't even know they're missing, so they wouldn't even realize. You make sure that you clean up the dishes after yourself. You look out for one another. That is a translation of love. To say, I love you and that's sufficient? No. Love needs to translate into every single day, how you look and how you treat one another. That is the true meaning. That is the true manifestation of love.